Why? Why? That's a scam. Let's call this guy. Hey, I'm calling about the listing online. You still have that? No, it's sold. No problem, thanks. Bye. Let's try this guy. Hey, what's up? I'm calling about the listing online. You still got that? You do? Can you tell me a little bit more about it? Really? Where are you located? I'm going to come look at it tomorrow. Yep. Awesome. I'll see you then. Thank you. Bye. This is the worst, best decision I've ever made. We're going to Tampa.
I wasn't really ever able to afford this thing before, but then once I could afford it, it became less important to me, or not a huge priority anymore. There's always something else coming up that made this thing less important. Could have been investing in the business, or moving, or something with the kids, but everything else but this thing. Then sometimes there's that feeling of judgment, where you almost judge yourself. You're like, this is stupid. This is dumb, this is a lot of money, I shouldn't buy this. It's gonna keep me from doing other things. Or someone, my parents or my wife, or somebody will think it's stupid. Or you got guys like Gary Vee saying, stop buying dumb shit. But deep down inside, you know it'll make you happy, even though you know you're buying some dumb shit. Listen, if you wanna buy some dumb shit, buy some dumb shit. You don't have to justify that into anybody. It's what you wanna do with your money. It's the things that make you happy. Last few years have just been absolute chaos, and I put everyone else in front of myself, and I'm always constantly helping other people, and I like that. I enjoy that. I get some fulfillment out of that, but very rarely do I ever put everyone else aside and do anything purely for me. Like just me, not because someone else wants me to do it for them, or because I need to do it for some other reason. Like something I want to do for me, only for me, just because I want to. Also, Tampa is a very confusing airport. This is the first time I've been to the Tampa airport, and I'm slightly confused about where I need to go. Have I told you guys how excited I am for this though? Because I'm like 10 minutes from being there, like a few seconds for you guys probably, but like I've been waiting 10 or 15 years for this. I'm just trying to figure out what the address, I don't even know what the address is. I didn't get that far even looking into where I was exactly supposed to be once I got to Tampa. So now I've got to figure out what the address is and get the Uber and actually get there. We're so close. This airport is getting a little ridiculous. It's like take a train to get to a thing, to go up some escalators, take another train, then go over here and follow these signs, and I'm just waiting on another train before I can go get this thing. This is one of the least intuitive airports I've ever been to in my life, but I'm about to go buy the dumbest thing I've ever bought. If you want to buy something dumb that you think is like a dumb purchase like I'm about to do, make sure it checks some boxes. You got to ask yourself a few questions, like if it's financially a dumb decision, make sure that you can like actually afford it and it's not going to like actually put you in a bad position. Number two is to make sure it's not like super impractical, like don't buy a boat if you don't have somewhere to put it, or you know, something just ridiculous like that. Make sure it's mostly practical. And number three, the most important one, is make sure that it's going to actually make you happy and not just for like 5 minutes. Like it's going to improve your quality of life in some way, shape, or form. And I'll explain a little bit more about what I mean by that in a minute. And just make sure that you're checking most of those boxes. It'll be okay. All right, we're here. It's just inside that door. You guys ready? So maybe I'm buying a car, an expensive car, a kind of a ridiculous car, something
that I don't really need, but I want. I mean, let's take a look around and let's see if you guys can guess what I'm gonna do. The Lamborghini may not be a bad choice. What do you guys think about Lambo? It's really not my style, actually. How about a Mercedes McLaren SLR? Did they put the bow on it for me? Maybe? No, not that one. Guys, this is Joe, by the way. Joe's the owner of Certified here. Showing me around, taking a look at a few things, see what I can get my hands on or not. There's a couple other cool cars I want to show you and see what I can do.
I'll catch you in a few seconds.
All right. This is where Joe and the crew work on cars. They've got a nice workshop with some really neat stuff in here. There's a neat project happening in this Cobra that I'm not so sure we can talk about yet or not. I don't know. And he's got some other cool Grand National back here. If you're familiar with Grand Nationals, that's a really neat car. Some other just interesting projects. These guys are working on a little something here. NSX. That's a cool car. Maybe that's one I can take home today. You think? Joe, will you sell me that car?
There's a good chance, man.
Is it for sale?
Might be able to work it out for you.
I need to mention to you guys that I only bought a one-way ticket here. Like, I'm either driving something home or I've got to get another plane ticket back. So I'm hoping Joe's got something here that has I think he's got the right thing for me, but I need to go check it out. I need to test drive it, and let's hope it's not a piece of shit. So this is storage of customers' cars, and he's got some really awesome shit in here. This Corvette is super, super rad. Actually, some of these for sale. He's got a cool track car over here, and there may or may not be a McLaren over here under the plastic. That's really rad. I wonder if we can drive that. Cool Mustang, Fox body, Skyline up here. Bunch of cool cars. I'm gonna go walk around with Joe and take a look at something that has my name on it.
I think that's more you, right?
It could be me. What is this car, Joe? Tell us about it.
Twin turbo Lamborghini, built motor, Hefner car. Got some pretty HREs, wide body. I'll show you. I'll pop the back. I'll give you a little tour. Check her out.
How much horsepower does this make?
It's like a little bit over 800. Sure, it could be turned up, probably, you know, a little slightly north of 1,000.
How much boost?
I think it's like 16 pounds of boost. I think 16.
What year is this car?
2011. That's supposedly a one-of-one wide body. Supposedly. You know how that works.
Everything's one of one.
Everything is one-of-one. Right?
Only one.
One-of-one car.
All right, so the other Lamborghini wasn't quite my style. This one is a little more my style. It's got a little more power, and it's pretty sexy. Let's be honest.
Address.
The right address. Let me see if it's on here. It's 5.
That is correct.
That's correct.
That work and you're done.
You guys want to see what I decided on, and hopefully it gets me all the way home. You know what I'm saying? Because one-way ticket, you know, it's like a 6-hour drive back. But if you've paid close attention to my videos before and you've ever noticed this Honda tattoo on my arm, you know that I picked the NSX. It's a dream car. I've wanted this car. I actually knew I was coming to get this car. I just wanted to pump you guys up, make you think I was buying a Lambo or something. I've wanted one of these cars for a solid 15 years at least. And I've kept putting it off. I've kept procrastinating. I come up with other reasons I couldn't, or spend money on other things, or other things came up. But it's time to do something for myself. So this is what I did. Joe, thank you very much.
Absolutely,
I appreciate you. Tell these guys where they can find you if they're interested in a sweet car.
Certifiedmotors.com. Check us out. Anything you need, let us know. We're in Tampa.
Awesome. Thanks, bro.
Anytime, buddy.
Awesome. I'll see you soon. I made it all the way. I didn't have to fly back. Guys, I want to show you around the car. It's so awesome And then I want to tell you why I think it's okay to buy dumb shit. All right, so check this out. This is a 97 Acura NSX. If you're not familiar with this car, which I'm sure most of you are, this is like the Japanese Ferrari, if you will. It's the Japanese supercar. They started making this car in 91, and they made this same body style up until 2005. And then they started again in 2017 with a new redesign up until current. And I wanted the legacy version. I wanted the original. I feel like I had to own them in order, so I couldn't go buy a new one before buying an old one. I had to own this first. This has been a lifetime goal, so I'm super excited about it. It's a Targa top. It's the 3.2 liter 6-speed. There's a few things about it that I don't love. There's some things that need to be fixed because it is 23 years old, but that's the joy that I get out of it, right? That's why I have this shop in my office to be able to work on cars and do things like that, which brings me to why I want to talk about why I think it's okay to buy dumb shit. I use the phrase buying dumb shit loosely because really it's not dumb. This is not an impulse buy, something that's superficial that I feel like I need to brag about to other people. This is something that I've done for myself. This has been a long-term, lifetime goal. That's a way to reward myself for all of the hard work that I've put in. Listen, if you don't reward yourself a little bit along the way, then you start to feel like, why am I doing this? What am I working so hard for? So it's okay to reward yourself sometimes. The other side of this is a little bit of escapism. This brings me joy. It gives me something to mess with outside of work, because believe it or not, as much as you love working on something and doing something, and I love my business and I will work on it till I bleed, there's times where you need to get away from it or you will get burnt out. So this is that for me. I can come in here on the weekends and on the nights and mess with this car, tinker with it, fix the few little things that it needs, and enjoy it while also rewarding myself. So that's the biggest reason for me is it's a goal. It's something I wanted to do for me, and for no one else. I hope that makes sense to you guys. There's going to be a lot more content coming around the NSX, as you can imagine, amongst many other things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. See you guys in the next video. Peace.